Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Sophie Morgan, a board-certified urologist with over 10 years of clinical experience, helping men protect not just their bodies, but their confidence, dignity, and relationships. Today, we're going to talk about something most men are too embarrassed to ask their doctors. But this conversation could save your intimate life and transform the way you connect with your partner. Before we begin, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me where you're watching from. United States, Tanzania, Norway, Bangladesh, Canada? I love seeing this worldwide community coming together. Here's what nobody wants to tell men over 50. Your intimate life doesn't end. It doesn't decline automatically. It doesn't disappear. In fact, your 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s can be your most passionate, deeply connected years. But here's the problem. Too many men are making small, silent mistakes that quietly kill intimacy without them even noticing. And here's what shocked me most in 10 years of practice. There's one instinctive reaction, lasting barely 3 seconds, that causes more bedroom distance than any medical condition I've ever treated. And almost every man makes it without realizing the damage. I'm going to show you exactly what that reaction is, but you need to understand the 4 habits leading to it first. Because habit mistake number 1, the relationship killer, only becomes obvious when you see the full picture. I've dedicated over a decade to helping men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond reclaim confidence in their intimate relationships. And here's what I know. When men understand the real biology, the emotions, and the daily reality of intimacy, they stop guessing, they reconnect, they rebuild trust, they feel alive again. So let's break down 5 critical habits. Each builds on the previous one. Stay focused, because the final revelation might change everything for you. Habit mistake number 5, treating vaginal fluids as something unpleasant. We start here because this misconception poisons so many intimate moments. Vaginal fluids aren't accidental moisture, they're engineered brilliance. The Bartholin's glands create silky lubrication to prevent friction. The Skens glands contribute arousal fluid. The cervix produces protective mucus that balances the vaginal environment. These fluids are water, amino acids, enzymes, minerals, lactic acid. They're designed to shield tissue, block infections, and enable comfortable, pleasurable intimacy. Emotionally, when you treat these fluids as something gross or embarrassing, you communicate rejection to your partner. Practically, you destroy the emotional safety she needs to be fully present with you. The mindset shift? These fluids aren't obstacles. They're biological proof that her body feels safe and ready to connect with you. If biology knowledge improves intimacy, type 5 in the comments. If you think it's irrelevant, type 0. But here's where confusion really begins. Habit mistake number 4, treating taste and smell variations as warning signs. This is what men ask me privately more than anything else. What if it tastes different? What if the smell changes? Is something wrong? Here's biological truth. Fluids shift constantly, diet changes them. Fresh fruits, water, cleaner, lighter, garlic, coffee, alcohol, more pronounced. Hormones change them. During ovulation, typically neutral. Near menstruation, slightly metallic. After menopause, sometimes less volume, bit more acidic. Emotionally, you must understand this. Variation is human individuality, not malfunction. Your sweat doesn't smell identical after every workout. Her natural scent won't be identical every time either. Practically, sudden, unpleasant shift with pain or itching typically signals a basic treatable condition. That's a caring conversation, not grounds for withdrawal. The critical mistake? Interpreting normal biological variation as personal failure. Gentlemen, acceptance fuels desire. Criticism extinguishes it. Now I know what you're thinking, but what about health risks? This is where things become critical. Habit mistake number 3, skipping safety and health discussions. The question everyone wants answered, is swallowing vaginal fluids safe for healthy couples without infections? Yes, fluids are predominantly water, enzymes, beneficial compounds. But here's what most men don't consider. Fluids can carry sexually transmitted infections, chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, HIV. Risk elevates with active infection. Risk climbs higher with oral cuts, bleeding gums, or ulcers. Biologically, oral transmission risk is lower than intercourse, but it exists. Emotionally, openness protects everyone involved. Practically, the approach is simple. Confirm your status, test as partners, use barriers during new relationships. If testing strengthens intimacy, type 3. If it destroys spontaneity, type 4. Share honestly. The mistake? Believing symptom-free means risk-free. Genuine intimacy demands honesty, not hope. But even when partners test together and communicate clearly, something else slowly damages connection. And most couples never recognize it until it's too late. Habit mistake number 2, letting embarrassment prevent honest dialogue. I've witnessed intimacy collapse, not from illness or aging, but from questions left unasked, a scent variation, a safety worry, curiosity about exploring something different. Unspoken, these transform into barriers. Let me share what happened with Thomas, 66 years old, married for 42 years. He and his wife ceased all physical contact for 14 months. Not from medical problems. After her menopause, he detected a change in her natural scent and never mentioned it. He started hesitating during intimate moments. She perceived his reluctance and concluded he'd lost attraction. She stopped all initiation. He assumed she'd lost interest completely. Silence constructed an invisible wall between them. When they finally opened up in my office, tears came immediately. He said, "I was terrified of hurting her feelings." She said, "I convinced myself you found me repulsive. I thought I'd lost you." One honest conversation dismantled 14 months of suffering. Biologically, bodies transform with menopause, stress, medication changes. Emotionally, when partners conceal concerns, the other person creates painful narratives to fill the void. Practically, minor addressable issues metastasize into relationship-ending separation. The mistake is choosing silence. The solution is kind, curious, respectful communication. But one habit is more devastating than everything we've discussed, and 90% of men display it in that crucial 3-second moment. This is what kills intimacy dead. Habit mistake number 1, showing disgust instead of maintaining acceptance. This is the single most destructive thing you can do. Picture this. You're intimate together. Everything's flowing naturally. Then something catches you off guard, an unexpected taste, a different scent. And before you can think, you react. Your expression changes, you hesitate, you pull back slightly, maybe you swallow hard or reach quickly for water. 3 seconds, that's the window. She sees your face shift, she reads your body pulling away, and immediately shame crashes through her entire being. Arousal vanishes instantly. Trust shatters. And some women never recover that vulnerability with you. I've worked with couples where one visible disgust reaction produced years of complete sexual shutdown. She avoids initiation. She creates excuses. She loses all desire. Not because anything changed physically, because you rejected her at her absolute most vulnerable instant. Understand this. Her body is performing exactly as nature designed. Variations aren't mistakes. When she experiences total acceptance, arousal intensifies and trust deepens exponentially. If something unexpected occurs, respond with calm kindness, not visible reaction. Suggest bathing together, support hydration, tackle it as united partners, never as judge and defendant. This is the game changer. Acceptance is intimacy's most powerful fuel. Disgust is its fastest poison. When you embrace your partner completely, fluids and all, you transmit something transformative. I accept all of you. You're completely safe. I trust you entirely. Here's your immediate action plan. Discuss health transparently. Test together twice yearly. Present it as caring partnership, not accusation. Observe changes without critique. If something shifts, address it together. Bath as partners. Support her doctor consultation. Embrace full acceptance. Her fluids aren't flaws. They're evidence of health, arousal, and her trust in you. These questions aren't unique to you. Every man wonders. Every couple navigates this terrain. And when you communicate with honesty and gentleness, intimacy doesn't merely survive, it flourishes. Remember, safety doesn't kill passion. It builds the bedrock for enduring connection. Your 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s can deliver your deepest intimacy if you abandon shame, choose acceptance, and communicate truthfully. If this message reached you, like this video so others can discover it. Subscribe for weekly men's health guidance. Tell me in the comments where you're from and which habit caught you by surprise. Drop the number. I'm Dr. Sophie Morgan. Minor understanding shifts create major connection transformations. Passion knows no age boundary, and neither should your life.